There's a current movie that's wonderful called Encanto. We've watched it 10 times. It is written by the world treasure Lin-Manuel Miranda. He's also the one who has written Hamilton. If you read the reviews of those movies, someone does not like them. Most people do, some don't. I put those in the Nachos. So for a reverse thing, do not overvalue, it's a Gary Vee thing, small bits of negative criticism, because it's impossible for everyone to like you, and you wouldn't want them to. If we're eating a plate of nachos, and Gary, I say these are great, and you think they're spicy, same nachos, I like them, you don't. Now, if you consistently get feedback about a problem, the manager at your office is rude,
or the chips are soggy or whatever.
The chips are soggy. Dig into it, to use a nacho thing, and see what you can fix before you fire, right? People are talking about firing all the time. I can barely get people to work with me. But I try to work, like I have this E-Myth Revisited book near me at all times, and I have the Checklist Manifesto. And right in the E-Myth Revisited, it talks about get sort of the least trained people possible to work with you productively, not in a mean way, but like if I had to show up at your organization tomorrow, Gary, and people are like, Paul doesn't freaking know anything about Facebook ads, it'd be like, but he's working here, let's get him competent. So I try to say, hey, if we get feedback, let's see what we can fix before we fire. And that's what I strive to do with my team. Make them feel supported, make them feel like I have their back, but also be willing to have friendly, uncomfortable conversations. You know, someone gets seated 5 minutes late for their crown. It's not as big a deal as if our sterilizer's not working right. That's an enormous deal. Yeah. I think a lot of leaders don't prioritize their intensity. And by intensity, I mean stress. I think a lot of times they make their team feel just as mad as if there's a Post-it on the floor, as if they forgot to get an implant for a case. I think that's why their team gets confused, and I strive not to do that with mine.